Welcome back, everybody. This is Salvi doing free and publicly available content from Twitter, which is public for everybody. I will continue to do this, and I do hope that you enjoy every single thing that I do here. And of course, let me know what you think in the comments, and subscribe and like and hit that bell notification icon so you can see everything that I do. XQC. She has wowed the VTuber world with a chair. Today we go with Saruei, who is an independent VTuber, an illustrator based in France. She has been doing work for a long time, and part of this involves Code Miko. For those who don't know who Code Miko is, she is someone who is a VTuber, and she is going more for the 3D, like a little bit more hyper-realistic 3D. She does a lot of mocap. Usually when she goes and does things out there, she is doing a full-on mocap suit. And the reason why we're talking about her is going to be coming very soon. But before I go and share everything that I'm going to be talking to you about, this is how I get my stuff. I get it through Twitter here. This is my main sources, Twitter and Reddit and that kind of thing. And as you can see here, this is a news story that popped up on my feed. So let's continue on. This is Saruei, of course, as I mentioned before. She teased things, which says, can't wait to show what higher fidelity tracking looks like. And that was something that she did on January 5th, talking about her January 10th new order thing that she was going to be putting out, which was her, 3D stuff, things like that. The main story that we're talking about now is this chair tracking, which is something that Code Miko, the other person that I mentioned, had put out, I believe it was in December, either November or December, of how to originally, just that fact that she could do that. Not how exactly to do that, but how that she could do that. She was the first one to try that in 3D with a chair, and she was the first one to be able to track it fully with a chair. And I'm pretty sure she gave a bit of advice to Saruei to kind of how to do it. Here we go. Other people are saying I'm so freaking proud of her. In my opinion, best 3D VTuber out there right now. Entire ship model environment, the tracking is insane, and this is what is making people go insane about the whole thing. The fact that not only her 3D model has full tracking when it comes to fingers and everything like that, which has been done before. But you also have that. That right there is amazing. That right there is something that it will help the VTuber community a lot. Now, people were wondering, what is it that is most likely the one that is being used here? Dammit is one of the ones that I was able to figure out was the one who kind of let people know, making me tweak out and want to spend $50,000 on tracking. By the way, probably Vicon, if you're wondering what is used. And Vicon is an agency here who does mocap. Mocap is motion capture. I used to work for DreamWorks. We use motion capture a lot in a lot of things that are done there to kind of make it more fluid movement in 3D, things like that. So some of the actors, etc., will be doing motion capture, even in animated things, the CG stuff of like DreamWorks animation and things like that. The different ones that they have, you can tell here, the cameras. These are probably the type of cameras that are being used with the little dots that are always used for, like as you can see here, either actual laser dots or other dots for facial features in this case, or mocap suits that have the main joints being tracked, things like that. They can be very expensive. Another thing that is used in this whole thing is warudo. Warudo is used by others like Zentreya, who I have talked about before, that she is doing a lot of things in the VTuber world with 3D herself. She uses warudo. She openly mentions that she uses warudo. It is a way for you to get tracked a bit differently. Instead of, the one that I use is a more restrictive kind of thing. But if you have like 5 trackers or other things like that, you can use warudo to be a world creator for you. It's a very good app. It is used by a lot of people. It is used by probably most of the people that you know of, even in big agencies like Hololive, etc. When they're doing their home setups, they probably use warudo or some customized form of warudo for it. It is an open platform, so you can import external assets within Workshop, etc. You can do things to kind of make it a little bit better for you. We're going to go with this, which Code Miko this time showed exactly how she used it. She actually had something on Twitch, which was amazing. Amazing that she was going to be doing that. She had something on Twitch to show everybody exactly how she did it. Here you have her mocap suit. She has cameras around here. She has the mocap dots, as you can tell here. Some mocap dots where she is showing off her actual movement inside of the world. She kind of gets a full 3D scan. She did a full 3D scan of her chair to kind of get exactly everything. And yes, she does use a full mocap suit for most, if not everything, that she does. And that is something that is actually pretty cool. That she wanted to share this with the community, that she wanted to have this something like the community. And yes, I'm going to try to keep it short now because I don't want to be the kind of person that does like 10-minute videos on just something simple like this. Just kind of showing you a little bit of everything. The new model highlights here. Like I said, I'm going to try not to make it into a 10-minute video because that's not what I want to do.
Let me introduce myself.
And there is Saruei, and she's doing her full world here, as you can tell. The full world of her moving through everything. Her tracking of her tongue, the fact that she can stick it out, all that type of stuff, and does the full everything. All of her movements. Some of them are sussy, like this one over here, but she is moving around her entire world, and she apparently has a big room that she can do this in, which is awesome. People are focusing on different parts, of course, but she has done an amazing thing by showing VTubers in her streams that it can be done. Now, one thing I do want to point out is, you know, she also has her plushie and things like that she has in the world, because I think she has a plushie regularly. She has one in the world as well. And she has one thing I did want to mention is Zen says here, I see that 3D VTubers are popping up. Thought I'd throw my hat in. My setup was less than 1K, which isn't amazing, still pricey. Use Vive Trackers, a private 3D program. Me and my programmer hope one day it can be made public once we're confident. But yeah, she does use Waterdo sometimes, but I guess she moved on, because I do know that at one point she used Waterdo. I'm going to correct myself here. One point she used Waterdo. Now she has moved on to, I guess, a more customized setup, which could be still have had a Waterdo based setup and could be more customized here. And yeah, she does her own thing in her own world here, which is amazing in and of itself. But yeah, everything that she does here in her customized now private program can be done in Waterdo as well. Just letting you guys know. You can ask anybody who does a lot of things in like moving type of thing. Waterdo is, well, the cheap way of doing it, because it is an open platform and it is open to everybody. But now going back to the beginning, and I want to give credit where credit is due, of Saruei and Code Miko, and of course in this case Deme, for letting us know what exactly she used. And yes, it is an expensive way of tracking things, but it is one way that you can make sure it's 100%. He is being eaten alive by Neuro fans and fans of VTubers on Twitter. So they were talking about XQC, who is an online streamer in gaming and other things. He kind of moved into politics a little bit and other things like that. He just does what he wants. So we are talking about him and Neuro-sama. Neuro-sama is an AI live 2D VTuber, English-speaking VTuber, who was created by Vedal. We all know and love her at this point. She has done so many amazing things, like, you know, getting her recent big subathon goal done and finished. Today, we're going to be talking about something that happened before. You can see here with the direct awk thing here. XQC is asked why a lot of anime has childlike themes. I did talk about this before. We're not going to go over a lot of it. We're going to go over his words here before we move on to something else. How come a lot of anime have a lot of voices, songs? So let's hear him say it here.
I'm not recording chat. Guys, this has nothing to do with this. It's nothing to do with this, but overall, how come a lot of the anime, right, have a lot of voices and shit like that, and songs that sounds like children are talking? Like, it's like children looking stuff, children looking songs, children looking whatever. Lullabies that for children, it's all like, a lot of it is children, and people love that, like to the point where like actually, I feel like it might be fueling a part of them that's genuinely a threat to society, and I think it validates them in a way.
So this was, even though maybe it wasn't meant directly at Neurofans, it was indirectly at Neurofans because of the fact that it had Neuro on there. That's why Neurofans took specifically offense to that. I have said this before, and I'll say it again. This is more a tell on your thoughts, on the thoughts that you are having, if you immediately go to that side when you have kawaii culture, which is a part of VTuber culture. It is a part of Japanese culture, idol culture, etc. It is that a higher pitch thing can be just more for cutie reasons, not for the specific reasons you are thinking, XQC. It really does feel like that is where your mind is going, which is worrying to me. I'm not saying that it is, but that's how it feels like, and that's how it looks like to me and others, which is why when you say these things, you have people like, you know, over here in live stream fail that will say every thread of this topic goes the exact same way. People getting popcorn, of course. It says, remember when this guy is crazy playing Galgun, which is where we're going to go next. We're going to go next to where people did push this. People did push it when he went on Galgun. Anytime anyone brings this up, the mod go crazy, banning and deleting anyone who mentions it. And let's not forget, XQC was playing that Galgun game, but high school girls with him zooming into the lolly chest, which is where we're going to be going to next. Right here, you have him playing this Galgun game here, where let's take a look at exactly what he does. Like I said, maybe it was that he wanted to project what he was thinking at that moment. Could be, could not be. You guys make that choice. There you go. And look at his face. He is focused. He is laser focused, people. He is laser focused on that individual who he considers to be more childlike nowadays, considers to be more childlike, etc. So, pot calling kettle black, I guess, but he is making accusations that he himself has already hit before in the past. If you are someone who criticizes people that way, your dirty laundry will always come out, and in this case, it did for him. So that is the first part that we're gonna have. And this person here says it gets better. Let's take a look here at another clip. This is going to be 39 seconds. Let's take a look. Oh, and this was taken from a Hero Hey thingy. So let's take a look here. He is in 3D.
Not her again. There you are.
He tries to look under... Well, not tries to. He actually goes underneath on live stream and goes and looks under her dress. So he actively searches for going under her dress. This, again, like I say, it's an indictment on how he acts. You had to know, XQC, that when you put this stuff out, people are going to find this stuff. You are being creepier here. You're being way creepier here than what you are claiming people are by watching anime and watching VTubers and that quote-unquote childlike lullaby stuff. At the very least, we're not looking under dresses like this. We're not actively doing that in 3D. We're not actively doing that where you actually had to get onto the floor to go and do that. We're not actively going and doing that. So yes, he got destroyed for doing this. He got destroyed for taking a look at, and, you know, of course, other things that I had mentioned and other ones of people, you know, talking about other games that he's done this to. This is one big, very egregious thing. Very, like, holy moly thing. Not even something that I don't think, well, I mean, there are people out there who would still do that. But him trying to act holier than thou in this situation here, saying, oh, it's generally a threat to society, and validates them by that same token, just by your own words. And this whole thing you're saying here, XQC, what about you? Do you see yourself as a threat to society? Because what you just did there, that I showed, is quite crazy and quite skeezy, if I would say it myself. It's very, very sleazy, skeevy. It's very nasty. It's not something that I would do. On my stream, particularly, I would not do this. There are people who do it, of course, as jokes, like Bao has done it with, you know, more adult women, and things like people have done it with other gacha games, the gacha games that have, you know, the very scantily clad adult women. You did this with someone that looked like, in your mind, of what you would explain as a underage or a lolly-esque style design. You did this with someone that you yourself right now are criticizing harshly for people just being in the community, just liking the kawaii culture, just liking that type of thing. You have done much worse, from what, in my opinion, compared to what you are accusing people of doing in their minds here. You did it actually. You actually showed the darker side of your mind. So that is a bit different, in my opinion. And that is why I am putting this out there to, you know, show the criticism, some very actually correct criticism that people have done to you. The Neuro community, the Vtuber community, has owned you at your own game. They have shown that you are, well, you're a hypocrite when it comes to these things. Alienmixture, or Ali as she's called by a lot of people, she has a lot of gremlin energy. She is a wonderful creator as a part of Sock's VTuber agency, and recently she has been able to go to rock this boat. We're gonna make waves aboard Battleship Iowa. Boat goes binted. VTuber concert on January 10th, where it was, and she was able to travel there. She was able to go there thanks to her community as well. And it says 100% of the admission tickets are being collected by the museum as a donation, which will go towards the ship's restoration and preservation efforts. Don't miss this ship, sailors. And what that means in general, as far as I know, none of the people that performed there were paid at least as far as I can tell, a appearance fee. They went on there just, to kind of promote themselves in that way and just, have fun in that way. Alienmixture was one of them. So yeah, she's a good singer. If you've ever heard her sing, I was surprised because I hadn't heard her sing before the whole Christmas Carol thing that I was a part of. Before that, I hadn't heard her sing, and holy moly, she has a voice on her. She has range too. I don't have range. I have the range of a fucking gorilla. It's all low and it's all hoarse and it's all nasty. But she has good range. And this is the main part that I want to show here for you guys. That she was able to do this thing with Boat Goes Binted, which is part of the USS Iowa. And it is docked in the port of Los Angeles, I believe, or Port of Long Beach, one of those two. And they are doing everything they can. The Eva Ananova, you had Risuri, Iraki Kazuki, Josie62, Isa Corva, Nene Amano, Obi Katie Cat. Bunch of people were a part of that. And they were able to raise money for the museum ship, which it is a museum ship. They were able to raise money for that kind of thing. And that is always great to see. Roca Rourin is Brave Group's legendary rock star, here to provide you with endless noise. She was a part of Idol Corp, now is a part of Chroma Shift. Idol Corp became Chroma Shift, and they did a mix-up where they switched around everyone's generation, everyone's group, and they added people to different groups. So she went on with Endless, which Endless is the generation name that she's a part of, with all these wonderful people that you're seeing here, and they have gone here to chat with each other to be a part of everything. Let me see if she lists everyone that's a part of it. She does Mia Melania, Kani Confetti, Kai Saikota, and Poko Rakun. They're all there on the right, and it is Jackbox Party 3, which is very fun. I believe I have Jackbox Party 4, I believe, and I got it free on the Epic Game Store when they were doing their free stuff. So yeah, Roca Love. Let's see what happened. It did crash, so we're gonna move on to something else if we don't get enough, content and stuff like that. Let's take a look.
We're here. All of Endless is here, finally, yay! And we're going to play some Jackbox today, and afterward we have a really cool, super cool, wah!
She has a cigarette! Kai Saikota has a cigarette, holy hell.
Song dropping. Wow. Yeah. So we look forward to that. Hello?
Things crashed, as you can see here. They were having a little bit of things here, and that was them.
Hello?
That was hers, not mine, the window sound.
Hello?
And they kept going and going, and then it ended up crashing. 18 minutes in. Boop, there you go. So it continued on Poko Rakun, and this is where they kind of had everything to, kind of get started.
Yeah, no, I can't actually. I can't. Oh, yeah.
And then they eventually got Jackbox started. So things crashed. Things didn't work so well. Internet can be that way. So yeah, Jackbox, if you don't know, is a bunch of different party games. Some of them where you do drawing, some of them where you add, do a drawing, and then someone can kind of have an idea of what, giving it a subtitle, that type of thing. It's fun. It looked like they had lots of fun, and I'm glad they were able to have a generation collab. Welcome back, everybody, to the VTuber Showcase, the place where I like to showcase up-and-coming VTubers of every shape, size, form, type, everything in between. The reason why I do this is because I want it to be something special, something good for the community, instead of all the drama and all the hate and all the other kind of stuff that happens in the community. I don't want egos to be involved in this at all. I want it to just be supporting people and trying to bring them up. So today, we're talking about Dreamy, who is a magical bunny girl, who is a Twitch partner and a YouTube partner as well, does Final Fantasy 14, Nikke, other things like that. We're going to take a look at her Twitch, as we always do for these people. Take a look here. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Dreamy, and I'm with Magical Bunny Girl, Final Fantasy 14 streamer, and sometimes you can find me playing multiplayer games with friends. We have them here with something
So I do hope that the people who troll in Dark Souls, that they get their bones get crushed and grinded, and then that their penises get cut in half lengthwise.
That is some extreme hatred. But yeah, trolls in any game can elicit these types of feelings. She means in Minecraft, of course. And here we go, Dreamy on their YouTube side, which I always try to show as well. They have done a lot of covers and originals, as they post on here. Done Nikke New Year's live streams, other, like I mentioned, originals, shorter sections of videos that she's done, as well as posting live streams there as well. One of the big advantages of having live streams on YouTube, besides the Twitch thing, is that YouTube will keep it forever, as long as you don't get, banned from YouTube, etc. You will stay forever, unlike Twitch, which usually has anywhere from 7 to 30 days, depending on if you're a partner or a affiliate. So yeah, that's one of those things that happens. But thank you so much for allowing me to showcase you on my channel. I do hope this helps you in some way. Look, and if you enjoy everything, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, all those things that YouTube asks of you. Really do appreciate you. Have a wonderful day.